want to address a question that I get asked about some of the content that I create, the topics, the personal discussions I have, or the discussions that are inspired by personal experiences. And I find it really interesting, and I want to kind of reframe this, take this question, reframe it, and put it back out there into the world just to see if potentially that could help shake up these misconceptions we have about how we keep ourselves safe when we know that the situation we're not in, because our body is telling us, our mind is telling us, our friends, our family are telling us, whatever your situation is, when you know your situation isn't good, isn't safe, isn't sustainable. But instead of talking about it, instead of bringing it into the light and increasing your support system, what very often happens is we actually isolate ourselves, often at the behest of the person or people who are trying to isolate us. They want to isolate us so we have less support, right? And we buy into the fallacy that our silence brings us safety. Silence does not bring you safety. So I just want to point out share my response to when people very kindly tell me with the best of intentions that, they think it's so brave to speak out when you've had certain experiences. I believe that's true, but I also think it is just as true that we have to acknowledge that we create safety for ourselves when we speak our truths. And the fallacy that silence was our safety, that was something that we were taught by people who did not have good intentions for us so that they could continue to keep us under their rules in the environment that they chose for us, and keep us from living out our lives fully and being ourselves and being safe. There is no safety in silence. Now, that is not to say, in an acute situation where you have to be quiet. No, not 100% literal in that sense. But in the long term, staying silent long term will not bring safety. You have to create a support network for yourself, or use the support network you have. You have to invest in yourself. You have to take that muscle that is likely atrophied, weakened from not being used, that muscle, so to speak, in your mind that says you are valuable, you are worthy, you deserve to make choices, you deserve to live your life the way you want to live your life. And staying silent about what is preventing you from doing that will not bring you safety. It will not bring you a different outcome. I liken it to staying on a hamster wheel, because when you are in this cage, in this situation that you know isn't right, you know isn't safe, you know isn't healthy, you can feel the changes in your body and your soul happening over time. Your mental health, your physical health is changing for the worse because of your environment. Until you change your environment, it won't change. But you're on the hamster wheel, you're running, thinking if only I do it faster, if only I do it better, if only I just prove what a good little hamster I am, it's going to be okay. Maybe this time, this round, it's going to be okay. But it's never going to be okay. If your reasonable efforts can't bring pride and acceptance from the people that you are trying to impress, you can't impress them. You need to impress yourself. You need to say, okay, I'm done. I'm done running this unwinnable race. I'm hurting myself. I'm not doing any favors to myself or the people I love by keeping on running this unwinnable race. You have to stop, and you have to step off and out of the hamster wheel. You have to do it. No one else can stop the wheel for you. No one else can step off for you. It takes time. It takes a lot of effort building up your own strength. It takes building up your support system, if that's something that you're able to do. Like this is not easy. This is not fast. But it's necessary. It's necessary. There is no safety in your silence.